Welcome to ABCD channel. Myself Ravi Kumar. Please subscribe our channel and share to your friends. In this video, I am discussing about the how to calculate ABCD parameters and H parameters for the given example problem. For example, I am taking one simple electrical circuit. In the circuit, V1 value and V2 values are not given, but the elements are given, and I1 and I2 are passing with respect to V1 and V2 sources. Then you have to find out ABCD parameters for this given circuit. Then already we know the standard equations of ABCD parameters are V1 equal to A into V2 minus B into I2, and I1 equal to C into V2 minus D into I2. Here you have to calculate the equations of V1 in terms of V2 I2 as well as the equations of I1 in terms of V2 and I2. Further, first of all, you have to consider the loop currents, and this is the third loop. Passing current already we know, that is I2, and the second loop you have to consider I. Okay, don't change the directions I1 and I2. If you have to change the directions, you will get the negative values, or you take the negative values of I1 or I2. Then here, from every loop you have to apply KVL. That is apply KVL to loop 1, that is first loop. Already in the first loop, the I1 current is passing through 1 ohm and 2 ohms, but the 2 ohms is the mutual element, that is I1 and I both are passing. Then what is the voltage drop with respect to I1 through 1 ohm, that is I1 into 1, as well as what is the drop across 2 ohms, that is 2 into I1 minus I. So that is the first loop equation. That is 1 into I1 plus the drop across 2 ohms, that is 2 into I1 minus I equal to the source value V1. The current I1 is passing through V1 from minus to plus, lower potential to the higher potential. Then you will take the positive value here. From that, simplify the equation. V1 equal to 3 into I1 minus 2I. This is considered equation 1. Then similarly, apply KVL for second loop. In the second loop, we have 3 elements, 2 ohms, 1 ohm and 2 ohms. Okay. Then 2 ohms and 2 ohms both are mutual element. Then what is the drop across first 2 ohms? That is I into minus I1 into 2. For second 2 ohms, that is 2 into I minus I2. Okay, that is you have to apply KVL for the second loop. Apply KVL to loop 2. That is, you have to consider the second loop. We have 3 elements, that is first 2 ohm, the drop is I minus I1, both are in reverse directions, plus 1 into I plus, for second is, for both I1 and I2 passing through 2 ohms in same directions, then the drop is 2 into I plus I2 equal to, there is no voltage drop in the second loop, that's why equal to 0. Then you can arrange the values here, minus 2 into I1 plus 2I and plus I plus 2I plus 2I2 equal to 0. That is minus 2I1 plus 5I plus 5I plus 2I2 equal to 0. That is, you have to consider equation 2. Then similarly, in third loop also, we have only single element, that is 2 ohms. The passing current is I2 and I. Then in the third loop, what is the voltage drop across 2 ohms? 2 into I2 plus I. Both currents passing through 2 in same direction. That is, apply KVL to loop 3. That is the simple equation, 2 into I2 plus I equal to 0. That is equal to, we have the voltage value is there. That voltage value is plus V2 because the current I2 is passing from lower potential to the higher potential. That is 2 into I2 plus 2I equal to V2. Okay, this is the third equation. Then you can simplify. You can derive the equations according to the standard equations of ABCD parameters. That is, you have to replace equation 2 in equation 1. From equation 2, what is the I value here? That is 5 into I, 2I1 minus 2I2. From that, I equal to 2 by 5 I1 minus 2 by 5 I2. We have to replace this I value in equation 1. That is V1 equal to 3 into I1 minus 2I. In place of 2, in place of I, you have to replace the equation of I. That is 3 into I1 minus 4 by 5 I1 minus 4 by 5 I2 equal to V1. You can simplify. The equation is nothing but here 11 by 5 I1 minus 4 by 5 I2. This is V1 value. This equation consider fourth. But here this is not standard equation. Okay, na? Then again you have replace the I value in equation 3 also. We know the equation 3 is V2 equation, 2 into I2 plus 2 into I. Therefore, equation V2 equal to 2 into I2 plus 2 into, what is the I value here? That is 2 by 5 I1 minus 2 by 5 I2. We have to simplify the equation, 2 into I2 4 by 5 I1 minus 4 by 5 I2. Therefore, V2 equal to, that is 4 by 5 I1 plus 6 by 5 I2 equal to V2. Then observe the standard equation, that is second equation, that is I1 equal to C into V2 minus D into I2. That means you have to find out the equation of I1 in terms of V2 I2. That's why in this equation we have to find out the value of I1, that is 4 by 5 I1 equal to V2 minus 6 by 5 I2. Therefore, from that I1 equal to 5 by 4 V2, that is 6 by 4 I2. Then we can simplify 3 by 2. That is, therefore I1 equal to 5 by 4 V2 minus 3 by 4 I2. We have to compare with the standard equation, that is I1 equal to C into V2 minus D into I2. Okay, na? From that we know the values of here C into V2 minus D into I2. Then the value of I1 taken as equation 5. From that, therefore, the value of C is 5 by 4. The value of D, already we have obtained the equation is in terms of minus. That's why the value of D is 3 by 2. In this way, you have to find out the values of two parameters, that is C and D. Then again, we have to find out the other values of A and B. Then how to find out? Observe equation 4, that is V1 equation is in terms of I1, I2. What is standard equation of V1? A into V2 minus B into I2. That is, you have to derive the equation of V1 in terms of V2, I2. That's why in equation 4, you have to eliminate the value of I1. That's why replace I1 in equation 4. Replace the value of I1 in equation 4. What is equation 4? That is V1 equal to 11 by 5 I1 minus 4 by 5 I2. That is 11 by 5 I1. What is I1 value? We know 5 by 4 V2 minus 3 by 2 into I2 minus 4 by 5 I2. That is equation 4, 4 by 5 I2. Then we have to simplify the equation here. That is V1 equal to 11 by 4 V2 minus 33 by 10 I2 minus 4 by 5 I2. If you have to simplify the values of I2, then you will get 11 by 4 V2 minus 5 by 2 I2. Then this is the standard equation. We have to compare A into V2 minus B into I2. From that, find out the values of A equal to 11 by 4 and the values of B equal to 5 by 2. Okay. Therefore, after finding the values of two-port network parameters, we have to compulsory write down the values in terms of matrix in examinations. Okay. Then what is the value of A here? That is 11 by 4, and B value 5 by 2, and C value 5 by 4, and D value 3 by 2. Then in this way, we have to find out ABCD parameters for the given network. Then if the given problem, suppose V1 value and V2 values are not given, then you have derived the equations of V1 and I2 are in terms of standard equation. Suppose in the problems V1 value and V2 sources values are given, then you can find out the equations, that is according to in standard equation, how to find out A value. A equal to V1 by V2 when I2 equal to 0. That is, in the given problem, suppose V1 value and V2's values are given, then you can simplify. First step is open second port. That is, you have to make I2 value is 0. Then find out V2 value. Then V1 by V2 equal to A. Okay, like that, you have to find out. That is first step is second port is open, that is I2 0. In second step, V2 value 0. How to make voltage 0? By short circuiting. That is, in the second step, you make second port is short circuiting, then find out the value of I2. Then you have to find according to ratios, you have to find out the ABCD parameters when the V1 value and V2 values are given in the given network problems. In this way, you have to find out ABCD transmission parameters. Then, in the next example, you have to find out H parameters. That is, how to find out H parameters for the given network problem. This is the simple network problem here. That is only two elements are there. From that, you have to find out H parameters. Then we know the standard equations of H parameters are V1 equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2. Similarly, I2 equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. Okay, in this way, we have to find out V1 value and I2's values in terms of I1 and V2. Then equating with the standard equations, then compare the coefficients, then find out H parameters. Okay. Then the given problem, first consider the loop current is I1. Similarly, the loop current is I2. Then apply KVL for first loop. In the first loop, we have only one element, that is 4 ohms. Apply KVL to first loop. In the first loop, only we have element 4, that is resistance 4. Then I1, I2 both are passing through 4 ohms in same direction. Then what is the equation becomes here? The drop across 4, nothing but 4 into I1 plus I2 equal to V1. The current is passing through V1 source is from lower potential to the higher potential. That's why the value is positive. Then similarly, V1 equal to 4I1 plus 4I2. This is consider equation 1. Then similarly, the next step is same. Apply KVL to loop 2. Observe in the loop 2, we have two elements, that is 2 ohms and 4 ohms. In 2 ohms, only I2 is passing. Then the drop is 2 into I2. But 4 ohms is the mutual. Then in the 4 ohms, I1, I2, both are passing in same directions. Then according to KVL, that is 2 into I2 plus 2 into I2, 4 into I2 plus I1 equal to V2. Through V2 source, the current I2 is passing from lower potential to the higher potential. Therefore, V2 equal to 4 into I1 plus 2 plus 4 equal to 6, 6 into I2. Then this is the equation 2. Observe the equation here. Then what is standard equation? We have to find out I2 value in terms of I1 and V2. That's why from equation 2, we have to find out I2 value. That is 4 into I1 minus, that is minus 4I1 plus V2. From that, I2 equal to minus 4 by 6 I1 plus 1 by 6 V2. Then you have to simplify. Minus 2 by 3 I1 plus 1 by 6 I2 V2. Then we have to compare with standard equation, that is H21 I1 plus H22 V2. Okay, na? From above equation, that is equation 2, I2 equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. Then you can compare the equations. From that, what is the value of H21? That is minus 2 by 3. What is the value of H22? That is 1 by 6. Okay, these are the two parameters. Then again you can find out other two parameters. How to find out here? Observe equation 1. Equation 1 is the V1 in terms of I1, I2. But we required V1 in terms of I1 and V2. That's why you have to eliminate the value of I2 in equation 1. Hence, we know the value of I2, that is, consider equation 3. Then we have to replace equation 3 in equation 1. That is, what is that here? V1 equal to 4 into I1 plus 4 into I2. Then in terms of I2, you have to replace the value of I1, the value of I2 here. Then you have to simplify the equation. 4 into I1 minus 8 by 3 I1, 4 by 6, that is 2 by 3 V2. Then 4I1 minus 8 by 3, that is 4 minus 8 by 3, that is 4 by 3 I1 plus 2 by 3 V2. This is the value of V1. You have to compare the equation with standard equations of H parameters, that is H11 I1 plus H12 V2. From that, the value of H11 is 4 by 3. The value of H12 is 2 by 3. Okay, in this way, you have to find out the H parameters for the given circuit. Therefore, the parameters in matrix form. Okay, remember, in examinations also, you have to compulsory, after finding all parameters, then you can mention the problem parameters value compulsory in matrix form. Therefore, H11 is 4 by 3, H12 is 2 by 3, and H21 minus 2 by 3 Then in this way, you have to find out H parameters for the given network problem. Please subscribe our channel and share to your friends.